raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and
burgers.
There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. It's the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. It's the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
It's time for the Scotty K Show, presented by Spicy Pie. Let's go live to the pie for the Scotty K Show. Here's Scotty K.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to this new year, the year 2023, January of 2023. Hope each and every one of you had a fabulous holiday break with the Christmas break, and also I hope you had a great, happy new year as well. We're back here with the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. It'll come each and every Wednesday night all the way through the end of March, and we get a lot to talk about as we go into the new year with no show last week and with all the holidays, everything getting back into, very busy times for all the athletic programs across the state of North Dakota, including those here in the local area on both the high school and college level. Thanks to Spicy Pie for having us each and every Wednesday night. And we have to let you know, as long as we're talking Spicy Pie, start the new year with a slice of the January pizza of the month at the Spicy Pie. It's the Bloody Mary pizza. It includes extra pizza sauce, green olives, onions, bacon, pickles, Tabasco, and Worcestershire sauce, and a bunch of seasonings. Also, it will be served with a stick of celery. Full menu here. We've got pizza grinders. We've got tacos. We've got nachos. We've got a bunch of sweets as well on the menu here. Come up here and try a whole pizza, or you can buy it by the slice. And we also have mac and cheese back here at the Spicy Pie. Again, we'll be here each and every Wednesday night. Tonight on our show, we're going to have a host of guests, including Minot High girls basketball coach Jason Schwartz. They, the defending state champions, lost their first game of the year last weekend on New Year's Eve to Bismarck Legacy, but bounced back with a big win last night at Mandan. Also, the Minot High girls hockey coach, co-coach Michaela Newhofen will join us. We'll talk about their start. They're right now right in the mix of things, just a point behind the top three teams in the statewide standings in girls hockey. They had a couple of big games coming up this weekend here in the Magic City. We'll also talk to Minot athletic trainer. She's been around for a long time, Robin Gust, longtime athletic trainer here in Minot. And I reached out to her to give us an opportunity to talk a little bit about the developments that went on Monday Night Football between Buffalo and Cincinnati with the cardiac arrest injury to Dameron Hamlin, who is recuperating and getting better. As I understand, the latest information we had from Cincinnati was that he showed great signs of improvement yesterday into the overnight hours and into today. We wish him and his family the best as they try to work through this situation. A lot coming up here on the PSP network over in the coming 3, 4, 5 days. Starting tomorrow night, we will have wrestling here from Minot, as the Minot High boys will play host to Jamestown in a duel. That'll be a 7 o'clock start at Magic City campus. We'll have all the action here on the PSP network. Also, Friday night, doubleheader basketball here in Minot. The Minot High boys will play host to Bismarck High School. That'll be a 7:30 start at Magic City campus. And on the PSP network, a Mandan Legacy boys and girls doubleheader from Legacy. That'll be a 6 o'clock start for the girls and a 7:45 start for the boys. Then on Saturday, we will have basketball and hockey, as Minot High will be at home in girls basketball against Bismarck High. That's a 4:30 start. We'll have that play-by-play here on the PSP network. Also, Minot High girls hockey will take on Fargo North South, one of the top teams in the state in girls hockey. That'll be a 1 o'clock start at the Mesa Arena, Pepsi Rink. And we will also have Minot High boys hockey on Saturday night, as they will take on the Eagles of Fargo Davies. That'll be a 7:30 start. So a lot of things coming up here on the PSP network, and things will just start getting a little bit busier as we get into the month of January with all the cancellations and postponements during the December storms. A lot of these games are being made up, and we got a lot of teams, not just Minot High, but area teams that will be playing a lot of games in a short period of time over the next month and a half. We're going to take a break here on the Scotty K Show, live from the Spicy Pie. Again, still coming up, Minot High School girls hockey coach Michaela Newhoffen, Minot High girls basketball coach Jason Schwarz, and Minot athletic trainer Robin Gust. You're listening to the Scotty K Show live here from the Spicy Pie here on the PSP Network.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Well, welcome back here. The Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. Again, 2 live guests tonight. The interview I did with athletic trainer Robin Gust, I had the tape earlier today. She had another commitment tonight, so we'll play that a little bit later. We are waiting for Michaela Newhoffen, the head coach, co-head coach of the Minot High girls hockey team. They have a big weekend coming up this weekend as they will play 2 of the top teams, or 2 of the teams that are ahead of them in the standings at the Mesa Arena on Friday night. They will take on West Fargo United. in a game. West Fargo United right now is 4-1-1-0 in the region with 17 points. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Fargo North, the Fargo North South team. They also have 17 points. Minot right now, right behind United and North South and Davies by just 1 point in the state wide girls hockey tournament. Again, Minot will host the state girls hockey tournament, change made this year by the North Dakota High School Activities Association, where they will separate the girls and boys. And the girls' tournament will be held here at the Pepsi Rink. It'll come up that first weekend in March. Minot will be hosting both the Class B girls state tournament and also the state girls hockey tournament the same weekend. Boy, I just kind of like that whole idea of doing that for girls hockey, giving them their own state tournament. Hi, Michaela. Why don't you sit down? Just perfect timing as Michaela Newhoffen, which is a co-coach of the Minot High girls hockey team, will join me. They're coming off a win last night in state play. One thing between the boys and the girls hockey, just to let you know, the boys is separated into a west and east region. The girls is all one statewide region. So on the girls' side of things, they have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 teams, top 8 make the state tournament. As I mentioned before, just before Michaela came in, Minot will host the first ever state girls hockey tournament, which will be held separately from the boys this March in the Magic City. Michaela, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your win. Kind of give me an idea of how this season has started for you, despite the fact that you've lost some games or had to move some games because of the weather in December. But off to a pretty good start, aren't you?
Yeah, especially we have half of our team this year is new, so that's kind of been an interesting mix, getting, the new girls and our veteran girls kind of to mix. And we were on the road all of December. So now we get some home games here finally. Last night's win was massive. It was actually a 6-point game.
Right.
So it was equivalent of 2 wins. And yeah, that was just huge for us to get those 6 points because all of the teams this year are fighting for a spot at state, like you said.
Well, I'll tell you what, huge weekend coming up for you this week is you've got, right now on the girls' side of things, we're just going to talk total points. Fargo Davies, West Fargo United, and Fargo North South at 17 points. Minot High at 16, then Mandan at 15. You got Grand Forks at 15, still in double figures, Williston. So a lot of teams there. On Friday, you play host to West Fargo United, and then on Saturday afternoon, you're going to take on Fargo North South. Big games for you, this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, they're huge. Anytime we play West Fargo, Fargo North South, we know it's going to be a battle. They're just really great teams, and to play 2 hard games back-to-back, that's kind of a struggle. So hopefully, we can take last night's win and build off of it and get some points this weekend.
Hey, you mentioned earlier in one of your earlier remarks that you are kind of a different team this year because you do have some senior leadership and some kids that really were experienced over the years, but you're starting to add some new kids. It takes a little time to generate some of that chemistry, isn't it, Michaela?
Yeah, and this year we have 3 solid lines. We haven't had that in a long time, so just finding the right mixture with some of the new girls and some of them that, have played together before, just finding that chemistry has been really important.
I look at your senior and, I followed your program enough over the years. A lot of familiar names there with Kinsey Feld, Grace Kirsten, Martine Hammer, Peyton Lang, Taylor Cope, and Marissa Vadavad are your seniors. I bet you really kind of rely on them because a lot of those girls have a lot of varsity experience, don't they?
Yeah, especially last year we only had 13 girls, so their experience last year was almost doubled that because they did not get any shifts off. They played doubles, and they got a lot of experience last year. So.
Hey, the success of your program, and I know we talked about it last year, Michaela. You only had 13 total girls. Now you're seeing more. Are you seeing more numbers as the years go by?
So this year we're fortunate to have a full team rostered at 20. But after that, the next team is 12U. So next year we might be hurting a bit with our 6 seniors this year.
Okay, but this also gives you an opportunity. You know, you got those 6 seniors and you got 14 others. You got an 8th grader, some freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. They're going to get a lot of play experience this varsity year, which will just help you down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have Dakota Swearingen. She was an 8th grader. She scored her first varsity goal.
Saw that last night,
which was a huge one. Set us, over the edge of winning that game. So, yeah, they're getting a lot of opportunities right away this year.
Hey, Michaela, I got to ask you, because you kind of went out of region last week and took a little holiday trip to Minnesota and played a couple games. Didn't come out on the winning end. But how important is it for you to do something like that, where you go out and play teams that you're not normally going to play during the year?
Yeah, it's huge because with every game being a conference game in North Dakota, to get a couple non-conference games, that's huge. We can work on different plays. We can work on different lines. It's not, do or die. We had some really good competition in Sartell and St. Cloud. Both of those teams played really physical games, and so I think that helped us, getting some of those different plays and that aggressiveness on games that didn't necessarily count for the standings.
Hey, this just seems to me, and just watching what's happening on the statewide level, and I'm not saying it hasn't been in the past, but it almost looks like this statewide girls tournament is wide open. There's a lot of teams on a given night are going to start beating up, and I saw where Fargo North South got beat the other day. There's about 6-7 teams that could vie for a state title this year, couldn't there?
Yeah, this year is probably the craziest I've ever seen it. Any game that I've seen scores, from other teams, I'm like flabbergasted every time I see it because it could go, it's like a coin toss, whoever wants it more that night, and different factors, of course. But yeah, every team this year is really good.
All right, Friday night you got West Fargo United. Is that a combined West Fargo Cheyenne team?
Yep.
Okay, and then on Saturday you got Fargo North South. On Friday night, is that a Friday night game?
The Fargo North one?
No, the West Fargo game.
Yeah, Friday at 7.
And then the Saturday one's a 1 o'clock start.
Right.
Also, you can hear that one here on the PSP network on Saturday. It's kind of fun to be home because you haven't been home a lot, so you hope you get a really good turnout from the fans this week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting playing at All Seasons again. We had a game there last year with some different scheduling things, and it turned out really, really well and fun. So
okay,
good.
So both games are All Seasons this week. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's nice to have that facility to be able to, depend on when things are, because Mesa's going all the time.
Yeah, it's a busy place, that's for sure.
Hey, Michaela, thanks a lot for stopping by. Good, congratulations on your start, and hope to see you in late February, March, maybe trying to win a state championship.
Yeah, that's the plan.
One last question I wanted to ask you. With the state tournament being separated this year and Minot getting to host, you've got to be excited as a coach and being a part of the Minot hockey family to be able to host the first ever girls-only state tournament. You got to be just excited to be a part of that.
So it actually isn't the first one.
Okay.
But it's the first one in the last
in a long time.
16 years. Right. And the last one was actually in Minot, so it's kind of fun to bring it back to Minot. But just giving the girls their own platform instead of sharing with the boys, I think is going to be huge.
I think it will be too.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that probably should have been done a long time ago, but nobody's going to listen to me. Michaela, good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you down the road before the state tournament.
Thank you.
All right, that's Michaela Newhalton. She is the head co-coach of the Minot High girls hockey team. Again, they'll play at the All Seasons Arena. There are 2 games this week at home. They will play against West Fargo United on Friday night, and then a 1 o'clock game on Saturday. And that game against Fargo North South on Saturday can be heard play-by-play with our good friend Nick Hallberg here on the PSP network. We're going to talk girls basketball, Minot High. When we return on the Scotty K Show, Jason Schwartz, head coach of the defending state champions, And at this time, number 1 ranked Minot High will join me. We'll talk to him when we come back after this on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Well, welcome back here to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. We're going to talk girls basketball here in just a bit. Do want to let you know that you can start the new year out with a slice of the January pizza of the month here at the Spicy Pie. It's the Bloody Mary pizza. It includes extra pizza sauce, green olives, onions, bacon, pickles, Tabasco, and Worcestershire sauce, that's easy to say, and other seasonings, also served with a stick of celery. Class A poll will not come out until 7 o'clock tonight, but we are going to sit here and talk some girls basketball with the defending state champion coach of the Minot High Jets. That's Jason Schwarzer, coming off a good bounce-back win last night at Mandan after losing on New Year's Eve to the Bismarck Legacy Sabres on the road. And Jason, you join me. You never like to lose basketball games, but you know what? That might end up being a good wake-up call for your kids.
Yeah, I think so. And you need some of your weaknesses to be exposed at sometimes, and certainly over the course of these last two games, we found some things that we really had to work on. And so when it's this early in the season, we're going to use those things as stepping stones, but going through a little bit of growing pains, knowing that maybe we're not as good as we thought we were at the beginning, and we've got some things to go back to work on when we get to practice, and let us know that, all right, if we want to be solid at the end of the season, these are some things we got to grow on as we go.
Hey, let's talk a bit about the loss to Legacy. It was very back and forth, and it looked at times you might have had a handle on it, and then they'd make a come up back, and then they just made one more play than you did at the end of the game.
You know, and it's, you know, throughout the course of the game, we've got to learn to play in certain situations where, hey, when things are flowing and they're really going well for us, we can play a certain way. And you know, obviously we're pretty good shooting basketball team, but when we're having a game where we're not shooting our normal selves like we had been, is we got to learn to play a little bit of a different way on offense, and we didn't quite do that. And so it's something for us to work on, something for us to talk about and focus on.
And talk about, because you know, and we've seen it last year, we've seen it for the most part this year. You have a very good shooting basketball team, but there's nights the ball just isn't going to go into the basket like you want it to, and that is a teaching lesson for those kids, isn't it? Especially since you're still young.
Yeah, you got to find a different way to win. It might be rebounding the basketball better. It might be, you know, taking better care of the basketball. It might be sinking more shots at the free throw line. It might be tightening things up defensively. Whatever it is, there's certainly different things that you can do to find different ways to win. And, you know, so that's, and granted, we've got a lot of good basketball players with a lot of good experience, but we're still young, too, at the same time. So, yeah, a lot of lessons for us to take away in that game. And, yeah, they made one more play down the stretch. You know, being as good as we are of a shooting team, you know, that wasn't a night where we shot real well from the free throw line. Could have won it very easily from the line.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that we could go back and look at. But after watching the film, that was about as poor of an effort defensively as we've played, bar none. And so it's an opportunity for us to get back in the gym and start tightening some things up on that end.
You were on the road again last night in a doubleheader with the guys at Mandan. Boy, and I watched that whole game here on the PSP network, and it seemed like, okay, you take control, you get it up to 15, 16, and next time I look up, you guys are up 2 or 4. Mandan just would not go away, would they?
And I love these games where these teams are just giving us their best effort because it's doing nothing but making us better. But yeah, you know, there's times where, and that's another thing too, where we have to learn to, when we've got opportunities that present themselves throughout the course of the game for us to take a much bigger control of the game, and we're not doing it. All right, there's another way for us to find a different way to win, a different way to score offensively. And, you know, give them a lot of credit. Boy, they made a lot of good shots. They made a lot of big plays when they had to. And geez, they played really well. They played really hard, and they played together extremely well.
Well, you know, you got 2 coming up this week. You step out of the conference tomorrow. You make a trip to Grand Forks to take on another ranked team in Grand Forks Red River. Gives you an opportunity to see how you stack up maybe with some of the better in the East. But it's not a game that's a must-win for you, is it?
Oh, but
you want to win it.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole nother look. It's a team that's going to press us the whole game, and that's what we're going to see these next 2 games out of them and Bismarck High. But they drop back into a 2-3 zone, and in the WDA we don't see zone a whole lot. And so that'll be a completely different game for us tomorrow. So we tried to do as much preparation tonight as we could for playing against that zone. But they've got some kids that are scoring for them a little bit more now this year than they were last year, and they've got one of the top players in the state.
Yeah, she is pretty good, the Schiller girl.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about stepping out and playing, because there's a lot of talk both on the girls and the boys side when you compare the WDA to the EDC or the West Region to the East. The styles of play are a little bit different from West to East, but it gives your kids an opportunity to play against something that they may have to face down the road in a tournament setting.
Yeah, and you know, you always try to compare, or kids compare, or coaches compare, fans compare of how you do when you get to the end of the season. Oh, how did we fare against this team or the opponents that played them? You know, so it was nice for us to play West Fargo earlier in the season, and they're going to be one of the top teams and one of the favorites to come out of there, and so will Grand Forks Red River, and you just never know when you're going to match up with them down the road, potentially. So it gives us a little bit more preparation for later, should that happen.
Okay, that's tomorrow night in Grand Forks against Red River, then Saturday at home against Bismarck High, and that's a late afternoon start, right?
Yeah, I believe it's 4:30.
Yeah, I think it's 4:30, and that game will be play-by-play here on the PSP network, as will the boys' game on Friday night. And then next Tuesday, you're at home against Turtle Mountain. And with all the weather delays that we had in the month of the month of December, things are going to get a little hectic. I reached out to a Class B coach today and said, hey, can you stop in at the show? And he says, Scott, we got 3 games. Can we do it another weekend? So teams are starting to play a lot of games in a little amount of time, which I think at this time of the year you like that.
Yeah, we're in a.
I know
right
the kids do.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of this stretch where we've got 4 games in 8 days. So we're halfway through that. Played 2 games here. We got a night off tonight. Play tomorrow. A night off Friday, and then got to play Saturday again. And bounce back on Tuesday. That'll be our 5th game in 11 days. So. Yeah, a lot of basketball here, and and before you know it, we're gonna be at the end of February going into tournaments.
Hey, one last question I have, and then I'll get you out of here so you can go over and have some pizza. You look at your basketball team. You knew you had a lot of kids that were going to help you, but boy, I look at the box score after each and every game, and you know, you got Lily and Maggie are probably leading you in scoring most every night, but then you see other kids. Okay, Torrey Heights had a great year. You see the Lamori girl. You see the Lundy girl. I mean, you got a lot of different kids that are scoring for you at different times, and that's what's going to make you better down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And one you didn't mention there was Maya, and she was player of the game last night. And
I'm sorry, Maya, I didn't mean that.
Right. I got it. But no, you're right. We love seeing that when we take a look at the box score afterwards, and we've got that balance. It's tough for teams to key on anybody. Obviously, they'll key on some and key on some different things, but that's fine. It gives others opportunities, and they're ready to step up into those opportunities. And, Presley Bennett's another one that's really been playing well off the bench for us, too. So those 7 kids can all really fill it up.
All right, again, tomorrow night in Grand Forks, and then home against Bismarck on Tuesday or on Saturday. You can hear again that game play-by-play here on the PSP network starting at about 4:30. Thanks a lot, Jason. Safe travels to Grand Forks, Red River, and we'll probably see you on Saturday.
Okay, thanks so much, Scott.
All right, that is Jason Schwartz, the head coach of the Minot High girls basketball team. Right now, 5-1 on the year, 4-1 in the region. They are trailing Legacy, Century. Legacy's undefeated at 6-0. Century in the region at 4-0. Bismarck High at 5-1, and then comes Minot at 4-1. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Minot athletic trainer Robin Gust here in the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Back here in the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie on this Wednesday night. My next guest is well known as an athletic trainer in the Minot area. It's Robin Gust with Trinity Sports Medicine. And Robin, I reached out to you yesterday after what happened on Monday night in the Buffalo-Cincinnati Monday night football game with the Hamlin kid going down, that sort of thing, and the resuscitation. I just want to know, as an athletic trainer, as somebody that's been in the medical profession, what were you thinking? Because I know you were watching the game because you're a Bills fan. What was your thoughts at the time that you saw it happen?
Well, I think the first thing that I thought was they said a Bills player was down, and I'm like, who? Because I saw everybody get up, and I was watching that play. So I was really kind of shocked, and I actually rewound it, on my DVR. And I went, oh man, and then they showed the replay where he stood up, wobbled a little, and then fell directly backward. And right away I went, that was his heart. And that I felt that way just because of a lot of things that we've been trained to see, and they're watching the tackle. That wasn't an unusual tackle. It was a hard tackle. He fell directly down on the player, and it looked like his shoulder pad went directly into Hamlin's chest. That was the first thing that I noticed. So that's when I went, this isn't going to be good. And then, I've worked sports for 25 years professionally, and then as 4 years for a student before that. And I've never watched an NFL game where the ambulance actually drives onto the field. As soon as you see that, you know that it's more than even really bad injuries, neck injuries, head injuries like that. We rarely see the ambulance actually go onto the field in NFL and any pro game. So watching that, I knew that it was a dire situation, not just a bad one.
Robin, talk a little bit about, because all the social media tweets and Facebook posts, that sort of thing, are giving so much credit to the medical personnel, the athletic trainers, the EMTs, the first responders, of probably saving, as of right now, saving this young kid's life.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough that can be said about that, or awareness that can be brought to that, that the immediate care that he was able to receive on the sideline and what they had available to them at that time definitely is the reason he is still here. If it was a blow to the chest, and now they're saying, heart attack, and a lot of people thinking, why did he have a heart attack? Well, they're calling it a heart attack, but it was most likely caused by the blow to the chest. It's called commotio cordis, when the chest wall takes a brunt force and it kind of almost shocks the heart at a particular time and stops the heart. So having the right people to recognize the situation, provide the care, making sure that there's an AED on the sideline, people that know how to do CPR, people that know how to deal with the football pads that he had on, that's a huge deal. How do you get those pads off as quick as possible to provide life-saving measures to this young man? That's essential. You can't. I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it because, I've been there, where you've had to do that in a really, really fast situation, and having that medical people available that know what they're doing and know how to. I can't emphasize enough knowing how to take the pads off.
Test. Apparently we're having some technical difficulties. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Wednesday night, my next guest is well-known.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We'll go back and play the rest of that interview, but I will take a break right now. I just had something malfunction here on my recorder, but we're back here at the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show right after this.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Fast situation. And
All right, welcome back here. Sorry about that technical glitch there. I had something go haywire on my recorder. We got it back. We'll join that interview with Robin Gust in progress.
life-saving measures. It was best case scenario for that situation.
And not just for you and your fellow athletic trainers here, but to us here in rural North Dakota. It kind of hit a little bit harder home for us. We don't know the kid, the young kid, that sort of thing. But we had a similar situation that happened in high school football this fall in North Dakota. Kid survived. He's okay. He finished out the year, and it goes a lot to say for what you guys do.
It really does, because that was a game in Surrey. There was a certified athletic trainer on the sideline. There were other people in the stands too that were, I think, meant to be there, I guess you could say. Okay. And it was a Divide County who was playing Surrey, and the kid collapsed after standing up and taking a few steps and collapsed. And it was the similar type of situation, different reason. Right. What we found out later, but he needed defibrillation, and he needed people that knew what they were doing. And the family has even come out on social media and said, had this game happened in Divide County, the outcome would not have been the same, because for this situation, he was defibrillated within probably 2 minutes. So if you're in a situation where you're in Divide County and you have to wait for a volunteer ambulance system, it's too late. Because for a heart to stop, for the reason like his was an electrical firing, I believe, the only way to get that going again is actually defibrillation.
Robin, you've been around this area for a long time, and you were talking before we went on the air here today that a lot of our schools in our area do have athletic trainers. First of all, athletic trainers are more than just somebody that sits on the stage and wraps ankles and does that sort of thing. There's a lot more that goes into your job than people really realize.
Yeah, we were kind of joking around, if all I do in a night is tape an ankle, if I'm working a game, that's a good night, right? We want to be able to just sit there and watch the game, and there's a lot that goes on before, getting the kids ready if there's an injury, that kind of a thing, and we want to be able to just kind of hang out, and it doesn't always happen that way. Some things are very uneventful, and then you'll have a night, like I remember working at mine at state hockey game when we were playing one of the Colorado teams where I had 3 concussions in a night and a dislocated shoulder. You're really busy But people oftentimes also don't see how busy you are and what you're dealing with. And I think there's a big misunderstanding out there that all we do is tape ankles, and that's always been a sore spot for me. And a big one of my things I've tried to do as an athletic trainer in this area is educate people on the value and the medical training of athletic trainers.
But bottom line, you guys are trained to aid in these situations if they ever do happen. You never want to see them happen, but you are trained that way to be a part of that team.
Right. We practice these types of things. We do scenarios with these types of things. And for me personally, it's been a mission of mine for many, many years to work with our local EMS on practicing unconscious athlete, taking the pads off on football, taking the pads off on hockey. Totally different world, different, and this year we're going to do it again, and we're going to tackle goalie equipment. Imagine having some type of a situation where they need to go in an ambulance and they have goalie equipment on. You really don't think about how bad you need someone like us until you need someone like us. And everybody, once I was talking to an athletic director that had a huge event at the Odd, and it was somebody from my old stomping grounds, and I'm like, why don't you have anybody here? And they're like, well, we can't really afford it, and there's always going to be somebody in the stands. And I'm like, you're going to rely on somebody that is going to be in the stands, and I'm like, that's a scary thought to me. We not only get this education when we start school, but it's something that we continue to do every year, because you don't want to go into this situation unprepared. What if our athletic trainer that was in Surrey didn't have an AED on the sideline? Different outcome, probably, different situation. So having these emergency action plans in place, making sure people understand the emergency action plans, what their role might be, knowing when I show you this hand signal, you need to grab me that AED or grab me that splint bag. Those little things are huge things when time is of the essence, which in this situation it absolutely was.
Robin, I know in our area, and we were talking before we went on, a lot of our schools that are probably listening to this this broadcast here, they have these kind of programs. But you were telling me that in the state of North Dakota, there's probably more that don't than do.
I think when you go to the east and you're around Fargo, there's probably more Class B schools that have them. But as you get farther away from Fargo, there's fewer and fewer. Devil's Lake finally has 2. They had 1 forever, and look at how many sports Devil's Lake has. I can't imagine being that 1. And that was 1 for the junior college and the high school. So I commend him. I really, Corey is a good friend of mine. I always go, I don't know how you do it. And he goes, I don't either. We joke about that. But as you get farther west, the number of athletic trainers gets fewer and fewer until you get to the Minot area again. And then once you start going west again, fewer and fewer. So the smaller schools may not have access to an athletic trainer, or they may not have them at their games. It might be something where they go and check them out during the day, but they're not on the sideline. And that's a huge concern to me.
One final question for you. In talking with you the last 12 minutes, you're passionate about what you do, Robin, and you've been in the forefront over the past 5 to 7 years, because things have changed since it was when you first got in, and I don't want to age you, but when you got in, but things have really changed that way as far as athletics go.
I think we are more proactive than reactive, which is the right way to be, and I think that's also a part of more athletic trainers being in more areas is having that happen is helping our schools become more aware, offering programs to help other schools be more prepared if they don't have an athletic trainer is essential. I really pride myself that education for whatever a school wants, whatever an area wants, is something that I'm more than happy to do and have done since I started at Trinity. And I just think that that's so important of a thing to happen. And it's, to me, if you're a coach and I asked you, what would you do if a kid dropped on the field, and you don't know the answer, I'd probably be looking into how can I figure out to know that answer before that happens, because you don't want to try to figure it out when that kid is laying in the middle of the field or the court or the rink.
no matter how much it costs, it's better to be safe than sorry, isn't it?
Well, I think that the cost part of it is something that should be looked at. And I think, we're talking because I did make a social media post, and that was one of my emphasis on that is people are like, we can't afford you, we can't afford you. You can't afford not to. And there's always going to be a way, whether it be through boosters, whether it be through negotiation of contract, that kind of a thing, looking at the risk of the sport, and maybe not even having it for all of the sports, but each sport does have a risk value.
Right.
Our National Athletic Trainers Association actually has that out there that go, these sports are the high risk ones, and I think that's worth looking at. Preparing your staff. We get a lot of really young kids that coach the junior high level. It might even still be in high school or just in college. How are they prepared for something really bad to happen? We got to prepare our schools better.
Hey, Robin, thank you very much for taking some time out today, and thank you for what you do.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me here, Scott.
All right, Robin Gust, athletic trainer, talking a little bit about the job of an athletic trainer, which is much more than just taping ankles. Again, we reached out to Robin after she had posted something on Facebook that really resonated with me after what happened Monday night to the Buffalo Bills football player. We're going to take one final break here on the Scotty K Show, live from the Spicy Pie. We'll come back, wrap it up, tell you about what we're doing here on the PSP network over the next few days. So we'll be back right after this on the Scotty K Show.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minet's North Hill.
Well, welcome back one final time here to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. As we wrap it up here for this Wednesday, we'll be back again next Wednesday. Thank you again to the Spicy Pie for opening up their place of business here for us to come each and every Wednesday night to do this here on the PSP Network. Again, start the new year with a slice of the January pizza of the month at the Spicy Pie, the Bloody Mary pizza, including extra pizza sauce, green olives, onions, bacon, pickles, Tabasco, and Worcestershire sauce and seasonings. It will also be served with a stick of celery. Also have pizza by the slice, pizza by the whole pizzas. They've got grinders, they've got Mexican, they've got appetizers. They've also got very, very a good amount of desserts here at the Spicy Pie. So come on in, take it up, and they do have a bunch of large TVs where you can watch your favorite sporting event. A couple things I want to pass on to you. We'll go through, first of all, the latest Class B boys and girls basketball polls are out. And they came out on Monday night. On the boys' side, Four Winds Minnewacan still number 1, Central Cass 2, Shiloh Christians number 3, Grafton number 4, Thompson at number 5, North Star at number 6. Bishop Ryan dropped a few spots after their loss to Thompson last week. They are in number 7. Number 8 is Bowman County. Delac Burlington back in the poll at number 9. And Sargent County is 10. Other teams receiving votes, North Border, Hillsboro, Central Valley, Oak Grove, and Standing Rock. The girls, well, the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers are still the number 1 team. 11 first-place votes of the 17, or of the 18 that were cast. They are number 1. Shiloh Christian moved up to 2. They'll probably drop next week after their big loss to Central Cass yesterday. Rugby had 1 first-place vote. They're number 3. Thompson, number 4. Central McLean is number 5. Kindred dropped from 2 to 6. Carrington up a couple of spots to 7. Mayport CG at number 8. Northern Cass at 9. And Garrison in the poll for the first time. The Troopers are 8-0 on the year. They are at number 10. Also receiving votes was Central Cass, Hatton Northwood, Bowman County, Oaks, and Grafton. Also want to tell you a little bit about over the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of high school basketball games being played at the MSU Dome. We also, earlier in December, had a high school game that was played after the college games. Well, they're going to try it again this weekend. Minot State will be at home in both men and women's basketball. And I got to check this. Okay, men's and women's basketball on Friday and Saturday. On Friday, they will play host to the University of Sioux Falls. The ladies will go at 5:30. The men will go at 7:30. And then on Saturday, we'll have 4 games, 2 high school and 2 college. We'll start it out with a high school girls game as the number 1 ranked Kenmare Bowbells Honkers will take on our Redeemers at 12:30. Then the women's college game against Southwest Minnesota State will be at 3:30 on Saturday. Then the men's college basketball game will go at 5:30. And then we will wrap it all up on that day with the boys from our Redeemers and Kenmare playing at 7:30. So you can get a couple of high school games, boys and girls, and a couple of college games at the Dome this weekend as Minot State plays host again Friday night to Sioux Falls and Saturday to Southwest Minnesota State. And the Kenmare Honkers and our Redeemers will play both boys and girls during the day on Saturday. Again, let's go through our broadcast schedule here on the PSP Network coming up over the next 3 days. Tomorrow night, wrestling from Magic City campus. The Minot boys will take on Jamestown, 7 o'clock. Then on Friday, Minot High boys basketball as they host Bismarck High School at 7:45, actually 7:30 at Magic City campus. And then we'll have a doubleheader from the Bismarck Mandan area. Legacy will play host to Mandan in both boys and girls. That'll be 6 and 7:45. A couple of hockey and a girls basketball game on Saturday. We'll start it at 1 o'clock with a girls hockey game as Minot High will play host to Fargo North South. That's at the All Seasons Arena, 1 o'clock. And then we'll come back at 4:30 with the Minot High girls basketball game as they play host to Bismarck High School at 4:30. And then at 7:30, it will be Davies and Minot High boys hockey in a non-region matchup, but it should be a fun one at 7:30. Again, thank you to Michaela Newhoffen, the head coach of the Minot High girls hockey team. Big weekend for them coming up. I thank her for joining us. Also, Jason Schwartz, the head coach of the Minot High girls basketball team, and Minot athletic trainer Robin Gust. And I guess I do have one more thing I can pass on is it is for release. It's off embargo now. The latest Class A boys basketball and girls basketball poll was just released here a minute or so ago, and it changed some with a lot of things going on over the last 3, 4, 5 days. On the boys' side, Bismarck Century now is the new number one team. They received 17 of the 18 first-place votes. Mandan moved up after their big win over Minot High. They move up from 5 to 2. They got one first-place vote. Minot High dropped 2 spots to number 3. Fargo Davies is 4, and Grand Forks Red River 5. Others receiving votes, Fargo North and Bismarck Legacy. On the girls' side of things, well, we have a new number one there too, and it's also Bismarck Century receiving 12 of 18 first-place votes, just edging out Minot High. For the number one spot, Minot drops 1 spot. They received 3 first-place votes. Bismarck Legacy with 1 first-place vote is now 3rd. Grand Forks Red River, 2 first-place votes. They are 4. West Fargo is number 5. Other teams receiving votes include Fargo Davies. So that does it for the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday night. We thank each and every one of you for joining us, and we'll talk to you again next week.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and burgers. There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still